husband passed away, we had $25 in our bank account using credit cards to help pay for the weekly fees for daycare if I couldn't afford it with how much I was making. And so when I got the tax credit, I went back and paid off that old daycare stuff that I needed, or when my daughter had to go to the emergency room.
The expanded child tax credit program launched under the American Rescue Plan. It was part of several government-led initiatives to prevent a depression as COVID-19 trashed the economy.
I have been able to pay off old credit cards. I saved up towards a house. For the first time in my life, I had like a fallback plan.
The expanded credit allowed families with children to receive monthly payments in advance rather than waiting to claim the traditional, smaller credit on their annual tax returns. Families could qualify to receive $3,600 for each child younger than 6 and $3,000 for each child between the ages of 6 and 17. Before the enhancement, the credit was capped at $2,000 per child. For a family of 4 with a newborn and a toddler, that added up to an extra $600 a month.
I have fellow single mom friends that live in my neighborhood, and it really has gone to things like even fixing their pipes. With the weird weather we have, you never know when something's going to go left.
1 out of 4 families with young kids used the money to help cover childcare costs. When school began, 1 out of 3 families used it on educational expenses, and 4 out of 10 families used the money to pay off debt.
There have been so many times I've had nothing and no one to turn to, and I've just had to figure it out. Living in a pandemic, it just should be common knowledge that so many of us are suffering, and why would we withhold something like money? It really has no value. Humans have value. Kids have value.
The program ended at the end of the year, even though the U.S. has some of the highest child poverty levels among high-income countries.
The biggest thing is giving kids more opportunities, and then also that they're getting fed and they have a home. Like, that's really what it's about. Most of us struggling are not out here for the money. If you want to provide the best life you can for your children, and sometimes that's way harder than it should be.
President Joe Biden's Build Back Better Act would have extended the credit through 2022, but the bill is stalled in the Senate, and it sounds like the White House might push it to the curb even further.
Until
There's
sometime down the line.
2 really big components that I feel strongly about that I'm not sure I can get in the package. One is the child care tax credit, and the other is help for cost of community colleges. They are massive things that I've run on, I care a great deal about.